Sometimes you notice someone who hasn't stepped outside for weeks or months or whole seasons, and a quiet question begins to linger in your mind. Why? What's really going on behind this behavior? What do they see that we don't? Psychology tells us that calm, consistent behaviors are rarely random. They grow from deep layers of the mind, from the places where the brain decides what feels safe, what feels heavy, and what is simply too much. If this question has ever crossed your mind even once, you're exactly where you need to be. Because in the next few minutes, we're going to step into a world that usually stays behind closed doors. The world of people who live differently, who breathe differently, who process life in silence, in their homes, in their inner landscapes. And trust me, what you're about to hear might change the way you see them, and maybe even the way you see yourself. Before we begin, let me tell you something. At the end of this video, I'll reveal a scientific, emotional truth. A truth that explains not only why some people rarely leave home, but what this choice says about their identity, their nervous system, and their inner world. Stay with me until the end. The answer you're looking for is waiting there. In the quieter corners of this world, far from the noise of crowded streets and the pressure of constant interaction, there are people whose days begin at their front door and often end there too. From the outside, their life may look small, but stillness is not a sign of emptiness. Sometimes stillness is the result of an inner world so large, so deep, that outer movement feels unnecessary. Neuroscience calls it the default mode network, the part of the brain that lights up, not in crowds, but in solitude. When these individuals look out the window, they don't simply watch the world, they observe it. Their minds process reality at a slower, deeper frequency. Going outside is not a reflex for them. It's a choice, one filtered through emotions, memories, and layers of internal meaning. Home is not a place for them. It's a sanctuary, a controlled environment where sensory overload fades, expectations soften, and the pressure to perform disappears. A place where they can drop their roles, drop their masks, and simply be. People who rarely go outside carry a silent city within them, a city with streets made of thoughts, squares filled with feelings, and alleyways where they speak softly with themselves. Research shows that their minds remain active in solitude. They imagine more, reflect more, and extract meaning from the smallest emotional cues. For them, solitude isn't the absence of life, it's the presence of a different kind of life. And when they choose to stay inside, it's not because they lack plans or purpose. Their inner world is constantly in motion. Unfinished thoughts, unresolved emotions, half-shaped ideas, quiet internal conversations. They live more inside than outside. So home never shrinks for them. Home becomes a kingdom, a boundary between the noise out there and the vastness in here. Some people explore the world by leaving their home. Others explore it by closing the door and entering themselves. Some people don't stay home out of disinterest. They stay home out of protection. The world feels louder to them. Louder sounds, stronger social cues, sharper expectations, heavier comparisons. Their nervous system doesn't just receive information, it absorbs it. Deeply, fully, sometimes painfully. So they develop quiet fears. The fear of being judged, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of being seen in the wrong way, the fear of losing themselves in the noise of others. Psychology calls this protective withdrawal, not a weakness, but a survival strategy. Home soothes them. Home regulates them. Home gives them the sensory quiet their brain needs to reset. Each time they leave the house, it feels like crossing an emotional border, and crossing borders costs energy. Their choice to stay in is not a lack of courage. It's emotional intelligence. It's knowing their limits and honoring them. For many, social gatherings are energizing, but for these individuals, crowds feel like an electrical wire draining their battery. Their brains release less dopamine from social reward and more from solitude, reflection, writing, quiet creativity, spiritual contemplation. They breathe better in silence, in the steady light of their room, in the soft rhythm of slow steps on a familiar floor. Solitude is not the absence of connection for them. It is the environment in which their truest connection to life emerges. Outside, they perform roles, the social self, the energetic self, the polite self. But at home, those roles fade, and what remains is the real person, unmasked, intact, whole. People who rarely go out are not avoiding life. They are observing it, interpreting it, digesting it. They are not actors in the world. They are its witnesses. And witnessing, psychology says, often leads to deeper self-understanding than constant participation. People who rarely leave home are not weak. They are not lazy. They are not strange. They simply live life internally. Their home is not a prison. It's a restoration chamber, a place where their emotional system reorganizes itself. This behavior often reflects a personality that processes life more slowly, more meaningfully, more intentionally. If you recognize someone in this story, or if you recognized yourself, know that this is not a flaw. It is a structure, a design, a rhythm that belongs to you. Modern psychology says what looks like withdrawal from the outside is often regulation on the inside. People who stay home more often are not shutting down. Their brains simply function better in calm environments. Their default mode network, the brain's meaning-making center, lights up in silence, processing memories, creating insight, reshaping identity. For them, home is not an escape from life. It is a place where life becomes understandable. Inside every human being, there is a quiet point, a place the world cannot touch. For some, that point is found in adventure. For others, in conversation. But for these individuals, their quiet point lives in the stillness of home. Philosophy says, a person grows when they face themselves. Science adds, people face themselves most clearly in environments with low sensory noise. They do not wither in solitude, they root. People who spend long periods with themselves process emotions more deeply and meaning more richly. They are not avoiding life. They are internalizing it. They go out less because they go inward more. They are seen less because they see more. If someone chooses home, don't assume they are weakening. Often, they are strengthening quietly, growing roots beneath the surface. This is one of the most beautiful forms of human development. And if somewhere in this journey, something touched you, if you recognized a piece of your story in these quiet inner worlds, then you're ready for the next step. In the next video, we explore another fascinating group of people, those who treat their birthday like any ordinary day. Why don't they celebrate? Why don't they enjoy attention? Why does this day feel emotionally neutral to them? Behind this simple behavior lies a deep psychological truth, one that reveals more about identity, self-worth, and emotional independence than you might expect. If you want to understand that hidden truth, follow me to the next video. Your journey continues there.